Gets open for three. Dagger!
Hello and welcome back to Well Beyond the Arc, bringing you a special edition episode. This is, I think, only our second one. The first one is when we covered the Kevin Durant trade to the Suns a couple of years ago, and this is our second special edition covering All-Star break, giving our thoughts, answering some questions that people might have over All-Star break, and just talking about it. Before we get into that, David, how are you doing this week, bro?
I'm really good. I'm excited to go. I'm kind of sad, but it's okay. Uh, it is what it is, but we'll get that later. But I'm really good. It's a lovely Tuesday here to talk hoops. Why not?
Absolutely, bro. It's always a good day when you can talk hoops. And yeah, we do have some stuff to get into. Before we get into it too much, I do want to start with a question I have that doesn't really have to do with any of the events from the weekend, but it has to do with an absence, and that would be LeBron James showing up and not playing. I'm going to start by saying, before you get into it, I don't usually agree with TV analysts about stuff they say about LeBron because it's all for the views and for the clicks. But I did think that was a little selfish to show up because I'm pretty sure he knew he wasn't going to play. I'm pretty sure if it really was like, oh, I showed up, I thought I was going to go and then I didn't. But I'm pretty sure he knew he wasn't going to play because the Lakers have this stretch we were just talking about before we went live. They have a stretch of 3 games in 4 days, and 2 of them are away games. So I think LeBron knew because he has had that injury bugging him since it's happened to him. And I think 2021 against the Hawks was when that ankle first really started. So for me, I think it was, I don't know if I want to say selfish. Maybe that's too harsh of a word. But for me, I would have liked to see someone else fill that position is what I'll say. I don't think I'll say it's selfish, but I would have liked to see someone else get a shot. And we have never, can't think of a single time we've seen someone go to the game and then say they're not going to play that day. We've always seen people drop out and someone else replace. I could be wrong, but I can't remember a single time in history where that has happened. So for me, I was disappointed because I did want to see someone else get a shot to play. Who would that player be? I don't really, honestly, this season, I didn't feel like anyone really got snubbed. So I don't
Remember, I was going for Norman Powell, so that could have been.
Could have been good. Well, so what are your thoughts? Do you think it was selfish, or do you think people are blowing it out of proportion and it's just for the clicks and views and just to talk about LeBron? What are your thoughts? Because again, I think it was disappointing. That's what I'll say. Not selfish, but really disappointing.
Ooh, I think for me as a fan, one reason why I wanted to watch the All-Star game, like I'm a big basketball fan, but like it's the All-Star game, like it doesn't really catch my fancy that much. Especially they don't give as much effort as they probably should. So for me, and I was actually at work, and I tuned into LeBron's press conference. So I was actually breaking the rules. I'm sorry if you work with me. I'm sorry that you're hearing this. I was breaking the rules trying to watch that press conference, and I was excited to watch his press conference. And then a reporter asked him, and then he says he's not playing. That I think you won't see anything from me because I'm not playing. And I'm like, immediately at that point, I just turned off the phone and I went back to work. And I was disappointed because majority of people literally tuned in to watch LeBron. Let's be frank. Like LeBron is probably the reason why most people watch All Star. So, but at that point, I didn't really think too deep into it. Then later that night, I was watching, Nightcap and Club Shay, and they were talking about it. And Shannon, the biggest LeBron fan, was blasting. And from that point, right, I agreed with him to a degree. I was like, that's fair. Like LeBron is very calculated. Like he's smart. Like he doesn't do things just for doing sake. He's very smart, But then I'm also one that I give benefit of that, and I'm like, boy, he actually flew to California. So there was like he does this every year. Like he doesn't come until Sunday. So like he's been doing this and the NBA has been giving him, he's been doing this every year. He'll come in Sunday, have his press conference, playing the game. Bam. He's been doing this every year. So I thought, and so I'm like, but he flew in this year. So maybe he did actually was going to play, but then he was just literally bothering. Because remember last season, he was also injured. He suited up and he actually played like I think the first few minutes or so, or the first quarter, and then he left the game, and we didn't see him anymore. So from that point of view, I'm like, maybe he was actually injured, and he couldn't actually go, and it was at that point, game time decision that he realized that he could not go. But then I do vividly understand the selfish part. Some might say selfish. I agree with them. I say that was to a degree selfish. But then we don't know the facts for what it is. We know is that he came out and said he's not playing that day, and the NBA did not know that day. And from that point of view, from those facts, yes, I do agree it's selfish. But then again, we don't really know the full side. And that's we probably might never know the full side of the story. And it is what it is. It has come, it has gone. It is what it is. I was quite disappointed from a watching the All Star point of view.
Well, you said it best, bro. You said a lot of people tune in, including yourself, to see a player like LeBron, especially when he could be in one of his last All-Star games. And so I think we'll see him play at least one more. I don't believe this was it. I do think he's going to play another All-Star game, but just all of those factors, it makes people want to tune in and see him play his, what was it, 22nd, 21st appearance, something
21st
like that.
appearance, 21st appearance.
Insane. So, I mean, it makes sense. Like, but for me, I'm like, that wasn't even an appearance. Like he didn't even I get it, it counts, but it's disappointing. So I'm hoping he does have a little redemption. And I'm not saying, here's what I will say. I don't believe he just missed it. I do believe that ankle injury has been bugging him. I mean, he was going on an
Mm-hmm.
MVP tear that season and then went down. Someone, was it Solomon something? Wasn't that who was it? It was, let's see, we go. This person, she knows what she's talking about. LeBron is the GOAT. The All-Star appearances back it up. But no, I LeBron was going on an MVP tear, and since then, since that ankle injury against the Hawks, it's bugged him off and on. So I believe the injury. I would rather him be healthy for the Lakers and for the stretch of games we have left. And in his press conference, he came out and said, "We have 30 some games left, and we have the Western Gauntlet, and I'm trying to be ready for that." So as a Lakers fan, I'm not disappointed in that side of it because I want us to be ready to go, especially when Denver is one of our first 3 games back from the All-Star break. So
Yeah.
I get it. But again, I'm with you, bro. Disappointing, and people tune in for that. And a lot of people were really disappointed about the All-Star weekend. And I'm pretty sure, even though LeBron wouldn't have fixed all of that, if LeBron would have played, some of that, at least in the game side of it, would have gone away. So it
Yeah.
definitely hurt that whole weekend. Um, we'll
Like
touch on
like
the big.
having
Sorry, what?
Yeah, no, like I was going to add like having like Kyrie,
Mhm.
LeBron, Curry, Durant, Harden all in one team. Like that's enough to tune into. Like let's not forget the other guys. Like because probably no one's except
Yeah,
those
no, no
guys are
one's
not big names compared to LeBron is probably bigger than all those guys combined. But like it was yeah, it was just sad. And I guess it's not what he did. Like sitting the All Star, that's fair. I mean, Ant did the same thing. He started the All Star game. He literally, warmed up during the pre warm ups, and he could not go groin injury, whatever. I think it's the way he did it. And obviously, LeBron is very calculated, so that kind of just rubbed a bunch of us the wrong way, and it is what it is. We're not going to lose sleep over it. It's just disappointing that someone we look up to kind of
Yeah, no,
went
it
about that
is.
way.
It'll it'll pass, and again, I think he'll play another game, and I would rather him rest up and be healthy. And I do believe that's what it was. Moving on though, we're gonna not go into the whole 3-point contest, but I'm just going to say, me personally, I don't know. It wasn't super exciting to me. Um,
Yeah,
it wasn't. I really wanted to see Curry in it. I really wanted to see Clay. I really wanted to see them bring back. I really would prefer it be like 3 or 4 guys, and it's like maybe one younger guy, one rookie, someone that has a good percentage, and then 1 or 2 or 3 superstar that are known for shooting threes. I don't like how many different shooters were in it, and I thought the results were really disappointing. I feel like we've seen years where it's been really close, but with higher numbers, and it's been more exciting. So for me, I'm not mad at who won it, but I didn't. It wasn't exciting, and that has been one thing. except for the last like 2-3 years, that's been pretty exciting year in and year out. They've kept it pretty exciting because Curry's done it. We've seen Dame, we've seen Clay. So I would have rather seen like two or three like superstars, and then maybe one or two younger guys that are, I don't know. So that's my take on it. What were your thoughts on it? Again, I'm not mad at who won it. Tyler Hero is a dude that has a couple of awards and things to his name now. Sixth Man of the Year, and now 3-point shooting. So he's got a couple things to his name. I'm not mad about it. But what are your thoughts? Was it disappointing overall, or did you tune in?
I did. I was meant to be playing ping pong with my guys, and I ended up not fully focusing on it because, it's hype. Like NBA does this every time. They hype things up, and just like most times they disappoint. Um, and I tuned into the 3 point, and I saw the lineup, and I was like, this is pretty good. Tyler Hero is a volume shooter. That's what he does. He shoots volume. He just jacks up threes. Let's be frank. He's okay at them, but he's not good. He it just happened that he was hot at that point, and whatever. But kudos to him. Not a knock on him. But again, it was overhyped. I think the first round I think was pretty good. The fact that when it started off really bad, like because that guy was shot only 12, and then it started getting better. Bronson came in, then Buddy Hill came in. I think that point when Buddy Hill came in, I went to like 31. That was pretty good. But then the second round, then Dame also not going. I think if Dame had made it, and it was if Dame and Buddy Hill had made it, and I guess Tyler Hero, guys that Buddy Hill and Dame that we know are actual specialists at 3-point shooting, I think it would have been much more interesting. But no knock on Tyler Hero. But
I'm
again,
with you. Yeah, no.
the NBA just kind of overhypes it, and then you come, and then it's just
I don't think
yeah.
it's been good. I mean, it's been better than the dunk contest overall, but it's been not as good for the last like 2 or 3 years. It stayed consistent, but it's kind of joined in just overhyped, and it I think less. I don't know. Less people, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I just know in the past there haven't had as many contestants, and for me it's made it more exciting. And I think seeing the selection, like I looked at past All-Star games even within the last 6 years, and looking at the selection, it looks a little bit more like a select group. It looks like they gave a few more guys opportunities this year, and that's fine, but I don't know, maybe a little more selection, because I do think it makes it
Mhm.
more exciting. But no knock on Tyler Hero. And you did make a good, I mean, it did get exciting. It started to liven up a little bit at one point, but there's just been ones where it's been like so close and so exciting that you don't know who's going to win it. And it's just real. I don't know. I guess it did come to a point where it was that close, but it didn't have the same hype that it's had in the past. So disappointing. When that was felt disappointing. I mean, the dunk contest and that day has felt more disappointing and more disappointing as years have gone on. But at least they've stayed pretty consistent in the past with putting effort into the selection for the 3-point contest and dunk contest. And that feels like it's gone out of the window. I mean, especially for the dunk contest, that's been out the window for the last like 5 years. Moving on to the dunk contest, though, I will say, Mac McClung, where does that dunk? I mean, I posted a TikTok yesterday, and I
Which of
posted
them?
Blake Griffin's dunk and Mac McClung's dunk, and I was like, whose is better? I think we all know the answer.
Which of
Mac,
them? Is it the car one or the
the car
the
one, yeah.
double? Oh, I didn't
Mac
see for
dunked over
that
the
first
actual
one.
like car. When
Car,
Blake Griffin
yeah.
did it, he dunked over the hood. So for me, if we're comparing those, Mac McClung definitely won. But I also think that's one of the best dunks in the dunk contest of all time. That's a top
Bruce
five
hop
dunk.
is crazy. His hop is for a small dude.
Insane.
His hop is crazy.
Yeah, and he's 3 times in a row. He's been the person that has kept it alive.
Kept it
Honestly,
alive. I
the
know.
only notable person isn't even a starter or even on the bench in the league. I'm pretty sure he's in the G League right now. So
He is,
that's
which is
where we're at
shocking.
with the dunk contest. Like at this point, he should just do the dunk contest every year, and I bet he could make more money doing that possibly.
No, he did. He literally. I saw something in the past 3 years. He's made more money from dunk contest than from his NBA's contract salary, whatever. which is crazy to think. Like
So what they should do is they should, and I did see that like
dunk
Ja,
contest ambassador, yeah.
yeah, no, Ja and who was it? Was it Giannis? Which Giannis, I don't know what
Yeah,
Giannis,
and
but I think that would
Eric
be
Gordon,
if
Eric
we
Gordon.
can get a revival and we see Mac McClung go at it next year. We see Ja. We see Aaron. I mean, if Aaron Gordon still has it in him, which I think he could for one more season, I think he maybe could. I think he'd be more of a nostalgia thing to see him back, but I think he could
Mhm.
pull off a pretty exciting dunk that would at least excite people. But if we get Ja and Mac McClung and Aaron Gordon and then one more guy, I'm trying to think who would that
Zach
guy be?
Levine. I mean, Zach Levine too
Who
also
was before?
said. Zach Levine also, I think he chimed in. I was like, they might just bring me out for.
Bro, that would be crazy if we had because would Ja be because those you got two guys that have been that battled it out and had some of the best dunks ever, and then you have Mac McClung. Who is Ja your fourth guy, or do you put someone else in that spot for like that superstar role?
I mean, Jai is electric. That's not that's like he is electric. We've seen his in-game dunks. I don't know how you obviously because in-game dunks are so different from, you know, dunk contest. I do trust Ja will deliver. He's been he's the one tweeting all the tweets. So trust he will deliver it. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I mean that's a year from now. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll
Not to
see.
bring LeBron back up too much, but just a question: Are
Oh, I
you?
know that. I was going to ask this too. Like my
It's
brain was going there too.
my first question is: Do you think because LeBron can still dunk, do you think there's any chance LeBron would try to do the dunk contest one
He's
more
not that
time?
type
Is
of
my first
dunker.
question. My second question though is that a I don't want to say a notable like stain or like hit
Is that
on his career,
are
but
you
is
saying
that
is he the
something?
reason why the dunk contest has died? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, is he the reason? Is LeBron
Um,
the reason the dunk contest has died?
what year did Zach Levine? Do you know why I push back with this particular argument? And I wish I could go on because there's one particular person that holds this to their deathbed, Stephen A. Smith. I wish I could go on his show and literally be like, and literally argue this with him. But like, what year did Zach Levine do the dunk
Let me
contest?
look at. I think it was 16. You said Zach Levine, yeah. I think it was
Yes,
16 and 17. But let me.
and Aaron Gordon, and before that we had what was the Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard did the dunk contest. It was electric. Everything was electric,
16 and 17 was Zach Levine
and they were all
and Aaron
electric,
Gordon.
and they were all electric. So to say LeBron killed because he did not participate, but you had all those guys that did the dunk contest, and it was electric. Everyone loved it. Even after LeBron came, or I don't know if I don't know history that much, but it's not like LeBron came out and said he's not going to do it. Like obviously he didn't volunteer to say I won't do it, right? But those guys came out and they did it, and we all loved it. To say LeBron killed it, then if that's the case, then those guys wouldn't have done it too. You know what I mean? Like Dwight wouldn't have done it. Eric Gordon would have done it. Zach Levine wouldn't have done it. Mark McCollum wouldn't have done it. Like these guys would not have done it to say LeBron killed the game. Like that's not a valid argument. Then, like, I don't know if we are getting my point. I feel like it just doesn't make sense to say LeBron killed the dunk contest just because he didn't do it. Yes, we know Michael did it. Yes, we know all them past guys did it. LeBron didn't want to do it, and that's okay. That's him. That's him. Like free him for it. Other guys have come and they have put on a show. Why did other guys follow up with those shows? LeBron didn't tell you not to do it. You know what I mean? And I get that he's the above and and everyone follows the lead. But like those guys still went on and did the dunk contest. You know what I mean? I'm
I'm
just
with you.
saying.
So you think it's just Stephen A. Smith trying to hit on
It's
LeBron?
obvious. No, I don't think he's trying to hit on it. To a degree, his argument is not valid. I won't say it's not valid, but
I don't think it's valid. Yeah.
he does have a case. I guess Noah has pointed it out to him. So I guess I will have to send an email to be like, your argument is
Oh,
not
you
valid.
should get yourself on the
Um,
show and argue with him because what you said, I really don't think there is a solid, complete argument there because it's not like LeBron directly turned it down and then we had like 2010. Realistically, the dunk contest, LeBron would have done it probably from
between
2011 to 2017, in somewhere in that time.
well,
There was a
exactly.
dunk contest, and there were solid contestants every season, every year, every from that to year to 2017, 18. The dunk contest was good every season. There obviously some we've always seen dunkers mess up. We've seen some that shouldn't be there. That's
Exactly.
always been the case since it started. So for me, I don't think it is valid at all. I think it is. Stephen A. Smith is not like a Skip Bayless who literally makes his career about
Yeah,
LeBron and hating on him, but he definitely. And then Shannon's the other side. I mean, he puts on a goat mask and gets all crazy when LeBron wins and like acts ridiculous, and that is real. I don't. That isn't views. I know that they're friends and like that is real. Obviously, some of it is entertainment, but Stephen A. Smith is somewhere in the middle, in my personal opinion, because he doesn't
he
hate on
is.
LeBron.
He picks a side sometimes.
Yeah, he picked. So for this, it's not really hate, but it's. I don't think there's a valid argument here because I
Argument.
definitely think. And now it's not realistic for LeBron to do it. I mean, LeBron can still dunk, but we're not going to see him. It. Hopefully, we see him even in an All-Star weekend again. I think we will. I think we'll see him in one or two or even three more. But I don't know. It's interesting. So, I had to
I
ask
might just make a
you.
TikTok, not a TikTok or Instagram reel and be like, yo, Stephen A. Smith. I'll call him out and be like, bro, let's debate this one on one.
Hey, do
Tag
it.
him
I'll
on
post
it.
it. I'll tag him on TikTok.
I might do that. I
Do
don't
it,
know.
bro. I'll tag him on TikTok. We'll tag him everywhere. We'll get him. We'll get the word out there because that is a pretty. He's made some takes that are just like, but that is one that is. I don't know. I just don't think there's a
I
lot of
can't agree
basis
to.
there.
I know he would die on his grave with it, except proven otherwise. And I fear I might just be the one to have to prove him otherwise. I fear.
Well, let's set it up. We can make that happen. I think we can get his attention. We'll do it. We'll make it work. But no. Speaking. Well, no. Before we go into that, what were your thoughts about? Even if you didn't, because honestly, I didn't really watch. I was
The
coaching
dunk
at
contest.
that day. Well, no, for the well, yeah, let's go to that for the dunk contest before we move on to the game. What were your thoughts on the dunk contest overall?
I think it was definitely better than last year. I think
Agreed. Yeah.
I think the other two guys were really. I think they were nervous, which is fair. The other two
Mhm.
guys, I think they had pretty good routines that if they were not as nervous as they were, they probably would have pulled it off and would have probably had a show. But shout out to Stephen Castle for at least making it a bit. I mean, obviously, you dunking over a can on your first dunk probably wins you the whole thing. You know what I mean? So, but Stephen Castle at least still made it a show. Like there was some might say there were simple dunks, but he made it good. And I think other than watching those two guys, I think it was a great watch. But yeah, shout out to Steph Castle. He was definitely not going to win after that first down. But Mark McClung, I think he has a future in being the NBA. I might also just have to write to the NBA commissioner and be like, make this guy the commissioner of the dunk contest. Anyone that wants to dunk in the dunk contest has to go through him. It's simple. Like they have to perform it away from the crowd, and perform it for him first before they bring it to the dunk contest for us to watch. That's all I'm saying. I might just have to
Yeah.
do that.
No, I totally. Sorry, I almost had a
Glad
attack
you're
on
fine.
my
A young
camera.
fan.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm with you. I hope that Mac McClung comes back. I hope that we do see. I think if we do see any number of those guys come back next year, that would be a revival, and they definitely need that. The game though itself, what are your thoughts on the format? Do you hope they switch back to a different one, or do you hope to see that format again, but maybe slightly different? What were your thoughts?
I'm mixed on it. I'm mixed on it because when I first started, when we first watched the first game, the Kenny's versus, they were playing a little bit of defense. You could see a little bit of defense. You could see some good blocks. You could see, yes, the effort wasn't there, but it was there.
Mhm.
But then after that first game, okay, let's take a beat first. I think one thing that did not help the whole game itself. I think if there were less interruptions,
Mhm.
I think the interruptions played a big part of them just lacking effort. I think after that first game with the number of interruptions, the Mr. Beast challenge, the TNT award, the Kevin Hart chiming in most times, I think that played a role in the players just kind of were like, you know what, I'm done. They kind of just gave up after that first game. Well, other than the OG game was pretty good because the OGs didn't want to lose to the young boys. Um, I will also say I don't think I had a problem with the format. I think it was pretty good, but I don't believe, and Draymond touched on it. I don't believe the rising stars should be in the game. I think that's kind of disrespectful to the All Stars. The fact that yes, they are rising stars. Cool, keep it as it is. But them to share the floor with All Stars on All Star stage, All Star Sunday night, I think we need to find a better way to bring in a fourth team. I think just like the Rising Stars, how they find a way to do it. I think we need to either increase the number of All Stars, or I don't know. We need to find a way to just make it that we can't be bringing Rising Stars to the All Star. But other than that, I think the formats, there was a bit more effort could see, and less interruptions, better way to bring in a fourth team. And I think maybe this format could be something what's wow for the future.
Agreed. I definitely think Rising Stars, I don't think should have been there for that. I mean, Rising Stars should have a place in the All Star Weekend, but it should not be in the actual game like that. What I will say is, I think it'd be kind of fun if they had either because it's obviously progressed and evolved, so you can change the number of players. So if this format stays, then it's not like you're just giving all-star selections away. It makes sense to change it and grow it. So I like that idea. I wouldn't mind if they did some sort of like competition, if they had like a group of guys come in and play for the spots and something or some sort of something, but make it
Mm-hmm.
all stars. Don't make it the rising stars, because that would have possibly made that a little more exciting. Not even possibly, it definitely I think would have made it a little more exciting. And I also think it took away from both. It took away from just the rising stars and just the all stars
Mm-hmm.
in the mix.
Just
So I
yeah.
don't think it was. That's one part I agree with you. I don't think it that stays. I like the tournament format. We talked about it before it happened, and I I really like it, but I want to see it evolve a little bit and grow. So I hope they don't just switch up again, because then they're just doing that every single year. And it's like,
Yeah, I know.
pick one, don't keep changing it. Pick one and then try to grow it to what the fans want and what they're saying. So I hope they do that with this one, because I really, really like the tournament format. And we're going to bring them up. Well, maybe two more times really quick, but one more time, I would really like to see LeBron play in that format one more time and be on a team and be in a tournament. Quickly before we end our show, obviously this is just a special edition show, so we're just doing a little short special today. We're gonna do a little Lakers minute to end our show. The Lakers have 3 games to start their rest of their season. We've got the Charlotte Hornets tomorrow, and then at home, and then we have Portland Trailblazers away on Thursday, and then Lakers versus Nuggets. Oh, the nightmare game on Saturday. I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. I think we go 2-1. I don't think in our first 3 games back. I think we come back against the Hornets and see a big game. I think LeBron will play, but I think there's a small possibility that LeBron doesn't play against the Hornets, and we see Luka have his big 30-plus point game for the Lakers, and LeBron comes
Mm-hmm.
back in for Portland, if not even for Nuggets, because Nuggets is a pretty big game that has a lot of implications. So I can definitely see us at least the Hornets, but Portland, I think we can handle both without LeBron. So I think our best bet for beating the Nuggets is a LeBron that comes back for that game, or at least I don't want him to come back against the Hornets. I really don't. So I think we go 2-1. I don't think we stop Joker, because when we have had AD, I haven't been to a game for a few years in Denver, but the last 4 games I went to in Denver, we had AD. Joker still had a triple double in all of them and had 30-plus points. Without AD, I'm worried he's going to drop 40-plus, because it would be kind of a legendary performance to see that. And if we see LeBron and Luke, and to see all of them battle like that would be pretty fun. But I'm worried we're not going to have enough to contain. So I think we go 2-1. I think we destroy the Hornets. I think we have a little bit harder of a time with the Trailblazers, but I think we still beat them. And then I think the Nuggets beat us by a little bit. But I wouldn't be mad at 2-1 coming back. And I do think we're going to see Luka pick up the score in a little bit, coming back from an injury and also finding your place on a completely different team. So far, I haven't been mad at his performances, especially his first one. I thought was really, really nice. I saw a lot of good looks at what we're going to see. So I think we go 2-1 and start off there for the rest of our season. What are your thoughts on our 3-game gauntlet this week?
It's a big one. It's big. I was kind of lucky. I was kind of pissed against Utah. Us losing to Utah, but it is what it is.
Oh my,
It's pre-All-Star.
it's rough.
Everyone is just trying to like get past that game and just kind of go to the All-Star break and just chill. Rest with family and all that good stuff.
Agreed.
I'm going to be like you. I'll be very optimistic and say we're going to go 3-0. I
Wow.
think yes, we might not have the means to stop Joker. We just have to outscore them. That's all they drop 142, we drop 143. They drop 145, we drop 150. You know what I mean? They drop 90, we drop 95. Kind of just outscore them. Offense is the
I
best
like
means
it,
of
bro.
defense.
I like.
Or
Hey, I like.
let's switch it up. So
Let's
yeah,
switch it up. Yeah.
I see if LeBron will play all 3 games, I see us, blowing out Denver. Sorry, not Denver, but blowing out Hornets in the first half, and then LeBron sitting out the second half. Then Blazers might struggle a bit winning that one, and then we go to Denver, and it's a ball game, and we make it a ball game, and we go 3-0, and you move up those standings. Let's see anything else, but I'll be like you. But as we've learned this recently, you kind of have the predict the magic mouth, so we might just do 2-1 again. Will not be bad, but I'm feeling very optimistic going
Hey, you
us
know what?
way.
I like that. I hope that that's true because I have seen the Lakers lose to the Nuggets too many times in that arena. So I hope that's not. I think I've only seen them win like 3 times.
2020, the bubble, maybe that's probably the last time I remember. No, if not even the bubble. Bubble was not a Denver game. I can't remember the last time I actually saw.
We did win that season though because I went to both games because I think we had two home, 2 away or something like that against them, and we won both of them at home that season before COVID, or the season of COVID, the season where the bubble happened. So I think that is the last time we won there. Possibly, maybe we won the next season. Because I think LeBron and AD were playing at the beginning-ish of the season, but I'm not sure. It's been rough. We have not had success. I hope that you're right because and again, with Luka and LeBron, if they both show up and score like they can, we could outscore them. Because then you've got players like Rui and Austin Reeves, and even Dalton Connect should be. I think he already played 1 game.
He did,
or maybe not. Maybe he did play the Utah game, correct? The last one.
Yeah. I think both Utah games. Yeah. Both home and
so
away
in that
Utah,
case, I think we could easily outscore them because if that's one thing the Lakers can do this season, it actually is outscore teams. Even before we had Luka, we were able to have some games with. So I like it. You know what? I'm gonna go with it too. Hopefully, when we check back in next week, we're looking at 3-0, and that's going to be our good. I can tell you right now, spoiler alert, if we have a show next week, my good is 3-0 if that's what happens. So I'm going to be hopeful that's how it plays out. But we're going to call it good for this week. This was just our little special edition. Obviously, it's still the All-Star break. This is the end of it, but not a lot of basketball to touch on other than some All-Star action and a little Lakers action. But David, before we hop off, where can our viewers find you other than just this show?
Yeah, check us out on Minor Football Fans Podcast. New episode comes out every Tuesday. So the latest episode came out today. Check us out. We hope to see you out there. If you are a big fan of soccer, you're getting into soccer. The big boys, that's where the big boys play the Premier League. So check us out. We dissect everything from every match week. So we love to see you out there. Thank you so much.
Definitely check them out and definitely check my show, the College Football Junkie. We're on a break right now, but we're going to come back in.
Because college football is done.
It is done.
My Nathan Lions did not make it.
They did not. Next season, bro.
Next season. What this close?
Team. Oh my God, you guys are right there. But I don't know the Huskers, man. I think we got it.
Nebraska?
I think in the Big Ten, the Huskers, Nebraska all the way.
With your Patrick Mahomes wannabe.
Hey, now that Patrick Mahomes got a huge haircut, I wonder if he's going to get the same exact haircut. He probably will.
We'll see. It's fun.
Literally, he does the same warm up, the same everything. So it's hey, if hopefully we win a championship like Patrick Mahomes, then I'm all on board. But anyways, yeah, check us out. We're going to be off, but I think starting in middle of March or the beginning of April,
once spring season starts, spring training starts. Yeah.
it gets exciting then. So we'll be back then, and that's right here on the Yankee and the Brit channel. Thank you guys so much, and we will bring you more basketball next week. As always, it has been great. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Sure.
Oh, there we go. Bet, bro. That was fun.
Yeah,
Little.
I was fine. I might
I've
just
never
have to
seen it
email.
like before.
I might just have to email Stephen A. Smith because I think I can make
You
him
really
an
should.
argument. And I might need to do my research on a few things, but I feel like I can hang an argument and the fans will start. I just need to get right. Obviously, I don't think I'll go on Instagram because that would be messed up. Um, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We might just have to send him a DM and be like,
You should, because that's one claim that I don't think he'd be able to back up too much if confronted. So I don't know. That was one thing that I definitely don't agree with. So I think someone needs to
yeah,
do it, bro.
I'll
Who
let you
knows?
know. We'll talk
People
about it
used to
next
be able
show.
to call
Let you know
into
where
his
I am
show,
with
but
it and what.
I don't think he does that. But he used to have people call
Yeah,
into his
because
show.
he doesn't go live no more. So he kind
Man, I
of
wish he still did, bro. Then you could just call in. That would be perfect. It used to be way easier.
no, that'd be good. Yeah, I know.
But anyways,
But
next week I'll be in Nebraska, but I should still be able to do a show both either with whether it's Tuesday or Thursday. So if that works, if you're good next week, just let me know. But I should still be available to do a show.
all right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Um,
Yeah,
awesome, bro. Well, yeah, no, this was fun, and I hope to see you on First Take in a couple of days, bro.
that sounds fun. That sounds good. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Hey, seriously, bro, you should for real research
No,
it and reach out
I'm
because
definitely doing it. Like I'll send in some DMs. I'm not on Twitter to be able to like or X to be able to,
no, but I
but
bet you could reach out. You
I
could
can
get a hold
definitely
of
reach out to him. Yeah, definitely. So we'll
him.
see.
Do
We'll
it, bro.
see.
Awesome, bro. Well, hey, have a great week, man, and we'll get right back at it next week, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Same to you.
Awesome, man. Take it easy.
Mm-hmm.